Several days ago, we saw the return of Rita Repulsa in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers comic book number 101. Today, we get to see the incredible new power that this notorious villain brings. The Rangers are over the moon at the castle and Rita has Lord Zedd lying on the ground in agony. She notices that among the 3 Rangers there is also the Green Ranger and she tells him that the dragon power belonged to her. She also tells him that she would like to know what the Green Ranger's allegiance to her power is now. Kimberly interrupts her and tells Rita that out of her trash can her fashion style still hasn't improved, but Matt very innocently tells Kimberly that he thinks Rita looks great. Kimberly gets very angry and quietly tells Matt that she knows Rita looks amazing, but she's not going to admit it in front of her. Rita recognizes Kimberly's voice and starts to greet her but tells her that her name is no longer Rita, it's now Mistress Vile. Tommy tells her that he doesn't care what her name is now, what matters is that she stays away from Lord Zedd. Mistress Vile with all her arrogance challenges and threatens him. She also tells him that she has everything he needs just a step away. Meanwhile, she continues to beat Lord Zedd with her foot and he continues to agonize. Despite being in agony, Lord Zedd tells Mistress Vile that she is careless for being a power-hungry fool. She tells him that she came to collect everything he owes her for her years of service and for being locked in a dumpster. At that moment, the most unexpected thing happens. Mistress Vile grabs Lord Zedd's mask and rips it off his face. The Rangers are shocked and say they must stop this as they think she can kill him. Now, we can see Lord Zedd's face, a skeleton-like face that makes him look like a zombie. Mistress Vile tries to attack Lord Zedd, but Tommy stops her with his sword, and she easily hits him and throws him far away. Kimberly tries to attack her, but she stops her with her energy while Matt attacks her from behind and manages to pierce her back with the dragon dagger. As a result, Matt is attacked by the monster that accompanies Mistress Vile and it is so strong that it pushes Matt's head against the wall and breaks his helmet. Mistress Vile tells the Rangers that she too learned to work as a team and now has a new friend accompanying her. Tommy proceeds to call Rocky and Aisha as they need help, and he has already realized how powerful these 2 villains are. On the other hand, Rocky and Aisha were having a battle with a monster that used to be Lord Zedd's throne. They both realize that this monster was very strong since it was made of rock, so they make a plan to defeat it using a tactic they had developed in another fight. Both of them separate and Aisha starts to argue with Finster who was nearby. The monster gets distracted by the fight and Rocky takes advantage of his carelessness and cuts him in half with his sword. They both leave and say goodbye to Finster, but he starts talking to Squat and tells him that Mistress Vile will finish them off and if she doesn't, then Vessel will. Meanwhile, Billy is still trying to repair the Dragon Zord and Adam tries to help by attacking the new putty patrollers. Adam asks Billy to tell him if he has been able to repair the Dragon Zord since the putty patrollers keep showing up, but he gives him the bad news that the Zord is badly damaged, and he won't be able to repair it. Golder interrupts the conversation and tells them that there is another way to escape from the moon. Inside the castle we can see Rocky and Aisha arriving to help the other Rangers, but they are greeted by the Green Ranger Corps. Tommy says that these villains are very powerful and tells the Rangers that they need to get their act together. Then, Lord Zedd, despite being in agony, grabs Tommy's leg and tells him that he has no chance of winning against these villains and that retreating is the only option. He also asks him to take him to Zordon so he can help them defeat the new version of Rita. Tommy gives the order to the Rangers to take Lord Zedd and get out of there while he and Kimberly keep the villains busy. Still, Matt doesn't understand why they should save Lord Zedd while putting the Rangers' lives at risk, but Rocky tells him that they must obey the order Tommy gave them. Matt then lifts Zedd on his shoulders while Rocky and Aisha continue to fight with the putty patrollers. Matt notices that Mistress Vile is about to attack Tommy, so when the Rangers leave, we can see Rocky carrying Zedd on his shoulders and we can only see Aisha accompanying him. Billy instructs the Rangers where to go as now the plans have changed and the escape transport is Serpentera, Lord Zedd's sword. Then, we can see Tommy being strangled by Vessel, then Vessel smashes him against the wall and breaks his helmet. With this we can see the impressive power that this monster has, but in these images, we can also see a green power that is coming out of Lord Zedd's scepter. Meanwhile, Mistress Vile keeps hurting Kimberly with her power, and then even though she tries to defend herself, she throws her far away with so much power that it takes away her transformation. Then, we can see that the green power was met with Lord Zedd's scepter, and he attacked Mistress Vile to help Kimberly. He also tells her to get Tommy to get out of there since it's his turn to save her this time. While Kimberly and Tommy get out of there, Matt stays behind to fight the two villains using Lord Zedd's scepter. Inside Serpentera, Billy tries to keep the Zord flying ready to leave, and at that moment Kimberly and Tommy arrive. Aisha and Kimberly want to wait for Matt, but he tells them not to wait for him as he will not go. He then tells Billy that they should leave as the villains are closing in on them. We then get to see Mistress Vile and Vessel get to where the Rangers are, and we also get to see that Vessel already has Lord Zedd's scepter. Matt is still trying to convince Billy to leave now, while the villains gather their scepters to launch a great energy towards Serpentera. The impact is so strong that it destroys part of Serpentera's tail, and with this Billy makes the decision to leave despite leaving Matt. The Rangers try to blow up the Zord, but everything is badly damaged, and even though Billy tries to control it, nothing works, and a descent is inevitable. The Rangers crash and much of the Zord is destroyed in the crash. We can now see that Serpentera is in pieces, but despite this they all survive and begin to communicate with Alpha 5. Inside the castle we can see that Matt is on the ground and Vassal stands in front of him, but Mistress Vile tells him to leave him as she has plans with this Green Ranger. She then says that they are now going to go claim their prize. The Rangers arrive at the command center along with Zedd and Golder. Then Zedd quickly tells Zordon that they can't waste any time as with her has come ruin. Zordon mentions Rita's name, but Lord Zedd tells him that she is now called Mistress Vile. He also tells him that, if she gets what she came for, then no one is going to be able to stop her. At that moment, we can see Mistress Vile and Vessel trying to grab the Zeo crystal, but we can also see that the energy is so powerful that Vassal's hand starts to change color.